Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates. I hope you're all having a great weekend. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about Season 2. I know I made a video similar to this about a month ago, but that was specifically talking about General Grievous. And now that the Last Jedi season has ended, I think the question I get asked the most is, when is Season 2 starting? When are we getting information on Season 2? And the short answer is that I don't know, and I don't think anyone else in the community knows either, except for people at EA and DICE, of course. Just as a pure speculation, I would guess that we might hear something about the next season before the end of the month, and then it might start up in mid-February or late February. It's hard to say. But I wanted to go over some of the things that we can expect to see in the next season, because there has been quite a lot of things spotted through data mining in the files, but also some news from the developers that I wanted to bring up, just to give you a little bit of a overview of things that is definitely in the pipeline for the game. So let's get the obvious out of the way. General Grievous has of course been found in the files. So as for hero guesses, he is a very likely choice for the next season. And since he was found in the files so early on, I'd imagine that they have gotten pretty far with the development of him right now. Although animating those arms and legs are probably quite hard. But another thing that has been found in the files is the Jumptrooper Cargo mode that was apparently updated in the last patch, so it is something they are actively working on and not just some old stuff that they have abandoned. And a big thank you to Dylan Rocket for this new gameplay. He says that the changes includes additional cargo containers, different score limit, HUD changes and a bunch of stuff. So as you can see, it does not look the same as when I showed this game mode a while back when it was first discovered. So this is also another thing that I think could be coming very soon to the game, probably in the next season. And in terms of new reinforcements, I think you've heard about this class for a long time now, the Sentinel class, which would basically be like a third reinforcement class. So far we know that the Rebel Pilot and the Arc Trooper will be in that class, but they've also spotted things like the All-Around Honor Guards in the files, although that doesn't seem to be the Sentinel class but something different, considering that we already have the Rebel Pilot for the Rebel side and the Sentinel class. But hopefully the Sentinel class could also be something like the Droidica for the droids or things like that. Feel free to speculate in the comments below what you think could be coming to the Sentinel class. And then we've also seen a stats screen spotted in the files, so I think it's very likely that we will get something like that and other kind of quality of life changes in the upcoming patches, the same way that in the last patch they added so that you can see the challenges in game when you complete them. And I would imagine that we will get more and more of those, well, quality of life changes simply. And in terms of some content that they have promised us, they have said that there will be a heroes versus villains crate map, which might actually come before the next season in the next patch. But they've also promised us at multiple times now more arcade maps, and that they are indeed working on those. So the new arcade maps is definitely something I think could be added in the next season as well. And then of course we have Arcade Starfighter Assault, which is something a lot of people want, and I think they have at least hinted towards them working on it, so that could also be something we will get in the future. But those are all the things that we have kind of concretely seen so far in the game that could be added, but there are also things that we all obviously know will be coming sometime in the future, which is of course the customization system. This is actually something that we've seen fairly finished in the game, so the customization system with the different clone legions and such could definitely be coming in the next season, because we've already seen a fairly finished version of it in the game. And the second thing is obviously the progression system. This, however, is something I think is going to take a little bit longer, because remaking the entire progression system is going to be quite tricky, and as far as I know we haven't seen any traces of that in the files yet, so that could be something we will get maybe for the third season of the game or such. Whereas the customization system is something we've already seen a fairly functional system of, and therefore it's very likely that it will arrive maybe in the next season or fairly soon. But I think those were all the things I wanted to bring up in this video, so now you got an idea of the things that we could potentially be getting in the next season. Hero, a new game mode, customization, some arcade maps, a new Sentinel class. That's still a fairly good amount of content. But that being said, this is purely based on data mining, and I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that they don't leave in the files, because they are probably supposed to remove the stuff to keep some things as a surprise for us. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot more stuff, but at least this gives us an idea of some things in the pipeline. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.